What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you some tactics on boosting your productivity and your performance. This is going to help you to increase your focus, your creativity, optimize your testosterone levels, reduce your stress, and boost your immune system. This is going to help you to be more efficient and more effective in the work that you're executing on a daily basis. And some of these things may take a little bit of time, but understand using this time the right way is going to help you to actually gain more time in the long run, because you're going to be more efficient, you're going to be more effective. And while you may say that these are small things, that these aren't going to make a significant impact, well, I want you to keep an open mind with this, because if you are one of the type of guys that are working online, you're an online business owner working on the computer, or you're working at a desk in a cubicle all day, these are some of the things that you can implement, some of the tactics that you can use to tap into a higher level of productivity and performance. With that said, you can also download this free guide in the link in the description below, where you can get the full 12 tactics and how to optimize your performance and your productivity. So let's begin by looking at some of the science of spending time in nature, or bringing nature into your work or home environment. What this can do is it can improve your focus, your memory, your cognition, the ability for your brain to be more creative and operate at a higher level. And guys, you can look at each of these research studies, look these up for yourself, look at the abstracts, the discussions, the results, and make your own conclusions. We're going to breeze through these. Spending time in nature, bringing nature inside, this is going to help you to be more creative, being more expansive in the way that you think. This is also going to help you to reduce your stress. And we know that men tend to have higher levels of cardiovascular incidences. So this is going to help to reduce a lot of the cardiovascular risk factors, such as decreased blood pressure. This is going to decrease stress, reduce cortisol levels, downregulate the sympathetic nervous system, reduce blood pressure and resting heart rate. And spending time in nature, this is going to help you to reduce inflammation. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this on how time in nature helps to dissipate free radicals and get rid of oxidative stress, reducing cortisol and inflammation markers. This is also going to help you with improving your sleep. We've talked about getting sunlight in the eyes, on the skin, and how this regulates the nervous system, your natural rhythms of hormones, and keeps you tapped into circadian rhythm. When your body, when your mind, when your hormones are all synced up with the natural rhythms of nature, this helps you to be more efficient and more effective. Think of it like this. If you're swimming upstream, you're wasting energy, you're fighting against the current, you're less efficient and less effective than what you might be. When you can tap into the natural rhythms and you can sync up and keep your biology operating more efficiently, this is essentially getting you more time. Then we see that spending time in nature, this actually boosts the immune system, and just spending a little bit of time in nature actually boosted natural killer cells. And they boosted it not just for that period of time they were in nature. That boosting effect lasted for more than 30 days after getting outside in nature. Pretty cool to see that just a little bit of time can help you to boost natural killer cells and boost your immune system for up to 30 days after that time outside in nature. And when we understand that our bodies are biologically wired to be outside in nature, we see many of these problems of modern day are a result of this disconnection with nature. And when we're inside indoor, artificial, synthetic environments, we're essentially being held captive. And guys, I know I've talked about this before, and this is very, very important, that as we've gotten removed from our natural environments, as we've become disconnected with our natural human roots, this has resulted in mental health issues, physical health issues, hormone dysregulation. We see a sicker species of human, a weaker species of man, and we see that there's mental health issues at an all-time high. We see people having disorders with their attention, ADD, ADHD, which is just a lack of the ability to manage your attention, to manage your focus. And now you can see that you live in a world where you're constantly being bombarded with things that are seeking your attention, things that are constantly pulling your attention, your awareness, your focus off track. And if you can tap into some of these tactics that we're going to talk about, this is going to help you to regain control of your mind. This is going to help you to regain control of your focus, of your awareness, and to be mindful. This is a huge thing. And in a world where there's this TikTokification of media apps, computers, if you can discern and you can choose and decide what you're going to focus on, and you can manage and control your attention, you're going to be so much more efficient. This is going to give you the edge in so many ways over top of all these other people that are subject to all of these problems that are going on. By using some of these tactics, it can help you to rekindle this connection with nature and be more in alignment with how you would be naturally. And a big part of this is understanding that your body is a battery. Your body is essentially an oily bag of salt water. And if you consider this, your body is made out of primarily these lipid membranes, these fatty membranes, and that's what holds the water in your body. And saturated in that water is electrolytes, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium. And so you're essentially an oily bag of salt water. And nature is what recharges your battery. This is what keeps you grounded, keeps you tapped into the earth. When you're on these devices, when you're in electromagnetic fields such as EMFs, if you're in environments that are full of free radicals, getting your body outside, your feet in the grass, in the dirt, in the water, getting in an environment that's a green environment, a forest, this is going to help you to get grounded. And if you consider this energy builds up throughout the day, getting outside, grounding is like dissipating that charge. It's getting grounded to the point where you're discharging that excess energy, because going outside, this is an environment that's full of negative ions. This can help to reground you, revitalize you, increase your energy, and it's going to help to reduce your stress. This is very powerful, guys. And you can look here and you can see composition of our body. Roughly, we're 60 to 65% water. We got about 16% proteins, and then somewhere around 15 to 20% fats. This all changes. This depends on how hydrated you are, your current body composition. But just to give you an idea here that you are an oily bag of salt water, and that's essentially what a battery is. Your body is a bioelectrical battery. And getting outside in nature or bringing nature into your environment are powerful ways that you can keep yourself grounded and to discharge any excess energy that may have built up where you're on screens all day in an artificial environment with EMFs, radiation, all of these different things. So here are a couple tactics that we're going to talk about on boosting your productivity. Tactic number 1 is grounding and earthing, and this is discharging the excess energy that have built up in your body. And if you think of like static buildup, if you've ever walked around on carpet, shuffle your feet, that builds up static electricity, and then if you touch something that grounds you, that charge dissipates. That's the same thing that's happening when you go outside, get your feet in the grass, in the water, in the dirt, or just getting into a natural environment, is you're dissipating that excess energy. If you just simply go outside throughout the day, or even take your work outside, if you can work in an outside space where you can take a notebook, a book, computer, notes, whatever that may be, if you can get outside and work in a natural environment, this is going to help you to keep grounded while you're outside and working, taking your lunch break outside. If you can't take your work outside, then just looking at ways that you can take miniature breaks throughout the day, that's going to help you to stay grounded, earth, and dissipate a lot of this excess energy that can build up and cause a lot of mental illness and different physical diseases as well. Tactic number 2 is the natural light exposure, and we've talked about natural light exposure on this channel. I've talked about sunning, also using light on the testicles to help boost testosterone. Talk about that at length in the testosterone optimization course. You can get that for free in the link in the description below, where I talk about how I used light, red light, sunlight to boost my testosterone by 400% using sunlight on the testicles. Getting outside in the morning, 15-20 minutes, getting light in the eyes, on your skin. Dr. Andrew Huberman talks a lot about this and how this sets your circadian rhythm. This sets your hormones. This sets you up so that you're tapped into the natural rhythms of nature, which is going to make you more efficient, more effective, and help you to go to sleep at a reasonable time as well. And then we have tactic number 3, which is forest bathing, or Shinrin-Yoku, as the Japanese call it. And the Japanese are all about this forest bathing stuff. They got multiple studies out there that you can search up yourself, read about. Different variations of spending just a couple hours in nature up to a couple days, different backpack trips, and going outside, going for a walk in a forest, in a green environment, or a botanical garden, a forest, something that's a green space. This can help you to reduce your stress, lower your blood pressure, improve your mood, mental clarity, your focus, and a lot more. There's so many different research studies that I looked at that support this idea of taking small doses of nature throughout the day, taking these breaks to go outside and get doses of nature. If you can't go outside, bringing the elements inside, whether that's designing your workspace so that you have natural lighting, bringing earth elements in there, such as plants, flowers, trees, minerals, rocks. These things are all grounding. This aspect of bringing nature into your workspace or into your home space, these are ways that you can bring these elements in and get some of the benefits. These are some of the tactics. You can get the full 12 tactical guide for free in the link in the description below. Also get the free testosterone optimization course in the link in the description below, and learn how you can work with me in executive gains.